Hello everyone, salve, and welcome to a brief introduction to Neolatin, also known by its formal name, Romance Neolatino, a name of which is important to remember because the name Neolatin by itself is too generic. So if you want to make sure that you find the right information about the project online, it is best to use the full name Romance Neolatino. Firstly, it must be stated that this presentation is not a dedicated tutorial. If you want specific tutorials, you will need to wait for when they come out in the future. But before starting, here are some links to the various social media platforms for the Neolatin project. And also, here are my own social media platforms. So, without further ado, let's begin the presentation. What is Neolatin? Neolatin is a language that unites the Romance languages, which is to say, languages that come from Latin, such as Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Catalan, French, and so on and so forth, into one common standard. In other words, it is a language that can facilitate communication between the Latin peoples, between speakers of Romance languages, taking advantage of similarities between these languages in a scientific manner, without having to resort to the use of English, which is a Germanic language. Unlike languages like Interlingua and Esperanto, popular languages that have more general objectives and methodologies, because they were based on languages besides the Romance languages, and they were created as languages for all of the Western world and speakers of Western languages, and not necessarily only directed towards the Latin world. Neolatin is only based on Romance languages, which is to say that by nature, inherently, Neolatin has more or less all the characteristics expected and typical of a Romance language, because it doesn't try to be anything more than a tool to facilitate communication between speakers of Romance languages. To illustrate some key differences very quickly without taking too much time, Neolatin has gender, both masculine and feminine. In Neolatin, there is also the concept of agreement between the subject, verb, number, and gender, and so on and so forth. Again, this is a concept typical of Romance languages, but at the same time, it is something that Interlingua lacks. And lastly, I must also point out that Neolatin has more or less all of the verb tenses that can be found in Romance languages that are not present in a language like Interlingua. So there is the preterite tense and the imperfect tense, of which Interlingua only has one tense for the past. There are subjunctive verb tenses in Neolatin, whereas Interlingua does not have any subjunctive verb tenses. And also in Neolatin, the continuous present tense exists. So very quickly, again, without taking too much time, I'm going to show some tips and tricks to pronounce Neolatin. So we have here these sequences, ka, che, chi, ko, ku. And as you may have noticed just now, the sequences ce and ci, those being che and chi, they look similar to how they would be written in Italian, of which that's also ce and ci. And when you listen to the sound, the pronunciation is similar to that of the English ch, cha. And then down here, we have che and chi, and these sequences are pronounced as ke and ki, respectively. Again, it looks similar to how these sounds would be spelled in Italian. And then, if you look over here, this is just to demonstrate that, with the exception of specific cases, almost all words that are spelled with QUE and QUI, that's gonna be pronounced as que and qui. So over here we have questione, which is the issue or matter of a subject, and we have seguire, which means to follow. And then this is going to be similar to the case we saw just now. So we have ga, je, gu, ji, go. And this sound for j and g, so before e and I, that's similar to the English j, ja, 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 ja. Down here we have ghe and ghi, ge and gi. Again, similar to Italian, in case you know how Italian is spelled. Then over here we have the word sangue, spelled with the gue at the end. And as I just said, it's pronounced gue, sangue. And to be brief here, I'm just going to pronounce the graphemes in the table. As you can see, we have the I hat or I circumflex in these graphemes. So we have cha 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 cha, ja 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 ja, ya 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 ya, nya 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 nya, sha 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 sha. In Neolatin, there is the grave accent and the acute accent to indicate a different sound. So both the letter E and the letter O, without any diacritic or accent mark, and with the acute accent, those are going to be closed. So a closed E and a closed O. And again, different sounds. And then also in Neolatin, when you have the grave accent mark for the E and the O, those are going to be an open E and an open O. And then in this slide, we have some words for a moment, some verbs, and we have some phrases. And the big question, are there resources to learn Neolatin? Well, of course, yes. There is a grammar guide, but please note that some information, some facts are outdated as of now, currently, and that there is going to be a new version. Probably it might be more dynamic, like a document on Google Docs, instead of being a single static PDF. So just keep that in mind. And there is a dictionary in the form of a PDF, but as you can see by this point, it has less words than the electronic dictionary that I'm going to mention in a moment. There is also a conjugation tool, a conjugator. And lastly, we have the Grande Diccionario Neolatino, which is the electronic dictionary. And as you can see by this point here, it must be stated that it doesn't always have synonyms for words, and sometimes the forms of the words may be different from other dictionaries, like in the PDF dictionary or the dictionary function in the conjugation tool. So keep that in mind. And in fact, let me show you all these resources in these other tabs I have here. This is the main page of the official Neolatin website, the front page. And if you scroll down at the side, you will see links to join the various groups and social media platforms. And by the way, the site is neolatino.eu. And let's see, on the page Lengua, you're going to find these resources in question. So we have the grammar guide, which is a PDF. dictionary, also a PDF. There is the conjugator tool. So, for example, we can write in this field here, we can write parlare, which means to speak. And as you can see, all these different conjugations appear below. And then we have the Grande Diccionario Neolatino. So we can write in this text, we can say arm. And then here we have the translation braccio. And also, there are other interesting documents that can be found on the site. There is a document of questions and answers and a corpus of Neolatin texts. So if we go to the page Principios and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can find this questions and answers document. And this document contains interesting answers to linguistic subjects, such as why does Neolatin look to Italian? And on the page Escola, you can find the corpus of Neolatin texts. You can see this here. And besides all of that, there are two tools to write Neolatin. Namely, there is a language pack that is downloadable for LibreOffice that allows you to write in Neolatin by means of an automatic corrector, as you can see with this screen capture. And also, there is a downloadable keyboard for Android devices called Open Board. And you can see this example here. It's another automatic corrector. The language, it says Latvian, but it is in fact Neolatin. I need to locate the link once again to download it, but in any case, it is very useful and I use it all the time. How do I practice Neolatin? How can you practice Neolatin? So all of you can join the Neolatin community by means of these platforms. So like the two Facebook groups, the Telegram group and the Discord server, the last two platforms being very active. So I highly recommend them for you to meet nice people, pleasant people to improve your Neolatin. You can consult the resources, the tools from before, as I mentioned, the grammar guide, the PDF dictionary and the electronic dictionary, the conjugator. And another option is to write a blog post for the collective blog Voces Neolatinas and some other subjects. So unfortunately, currently there does not exist an organized infrastructure to contribute to the project. There aren't frequent and regular discussions, which is to say orally, and we do not have many resources in the way of courses in general, decks for Anki and Memrise, etc., so on and so forth. However, despite the fact that there are few members in the community with little time to help and that also have knowledge of Neolatin, we're diligently working on it, so please be patient, have patience. We are normal people. We are volunteers. Thank you for your understanding. And then here is a non-exhaustive list to help the community and to help spread Neolatin. Please like, comment, subscribe on every video on every platform. Please watch the entire video on every platform because it helps a lot. It helps tremendously with the algorithm. Please share videos from YouTube, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok with your friends, anything about Neolatin. And always be on the lookout for new ways to help in the future. And lastly, be sure to tell your friends about Neolatin, even if it's just something simple like, hey, look at this guy on the internet. He's doing this strange sorcery. He speaks a language that lies in the middle of the Romance languages. Give him a look. And again, the links to the social medias, 1 and 2. And finally, we have reached the end of the video. So thank you very much for your attention, for watching the video. I hope you all learned something new and interesting today, that it was of some use to you, that you get started on your own journeys to learn Neolatin, and with some luck, that you also join the Neolatin community, because we would certainly give you a warm welcome. Again, thank you, and I hope you all have a good day. See you next time. Bye.